Albert, it's not the situation that breaks us, it's the loss of hope.
Frankl, I refuse any fake meaning handed to me. What if nothing truly matters? Inherently.
Even when we're broken, we can still discover a purpose.
I don't live because I can create meaning. I live because I refuse to stop living, even when I know there is none.
You're lying in bed, phone in hand, scrolling through endless headlines. Crisis after crisis, disasters, conflicts, a world that feels more uncertain with every swipe. You pause. You feel that weight. The question no news article can answer. Does any of this matter? If you've ever felt overwhelmed, alone, or trapped in a routine that feels empty, you're not alone. Their ideas echo through today's world, through rising anxiety, the loneliness of social media, the stress of modern work, the quiet desperation that can follow a crisis. Frankl offers hope, the strength to find a why to live. Camus offers rebellion, the strength to face the void and live with passion and honesty. So we face a challenge. Will we find meaning in our suffering, or will we claim freedom in the face of meaninglessness? Now, picture this. A quiet library lit by the soft glow of a fireplace. Outside, rain taps gently on the window as distant thunder rumbles. Two figures sit across from each other.
I know how crushing it can feel. I've seen people in the worst situations wonder why they should go on. But I believe that even in suffering, life holds meaning. As I once wrote, life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose. It's not the situation that breaks us, it's the loss of hope that anything matters.
I understand that pain. But what if the universe itself is indifferent? People feel lost, not just because of suffering, but because deep down we long for meaning and find none. This, to me, is the absurd, the clash between our hunger for purpose and the silence of the world. And rather than deny this, I face it. Sometimes despair isn't weakness. It's the honest recognition that life offers no guarantees, no scripts.
Yes, life can feel meaningless in the face of suffering or loneliness. I don't deny the pain, but I discovered one truth. We can still choose how we respond. Even when broken, we can find purpose, something to move us forward.
You speak of finding meaning as if it's always there to be uncovered. But what if, after all the searching, the world remains silent? I believe that's the moment we meet the absurd, the moment when the universe offers no answers. And we're left to decide what to do with that silence. Let's face it directly. The fundamental question of life is whether it's worth living at all. As I wrote, there is but one truly serious philosophical problem, and that is the question of choosing to live or not. Judging whether life is or is not worth living amounts to answering the fundamental question of philosophy. If life lacks inherent meaning, why keep going? And yet, I say, we must. That's where my idea of revolt comes in. To live fully and consciously, despite the emptiness, is itself an act of defiance.
You argue we must choose life, even when it feels hollow. I've seen that firsthand. People rediscover hope when they uncover a purpose. It doesn't have to be grand, caring for a loved one, finishing a project, offering kindness. In the camps, I saw those with a reason to live endure unimaginable suffering. That idea became the heart of my work. Logotherapy.
Logotherapy means healing through meaning. Frankl's approach suggests that a clear purpose helps us face even the hardest times. Camus, on the other hand, points to absurdity, the stark realization that life offers no ready-made answers. When we wake up to the silence of the universe, the struggle begins.
Absurdity isn't just emptiness, it's the recognition that while the universe is silent, we are free to act. I call it revolt, not with fists, but with spirit. It's the quiet, daily decision to create our own meaning, without waiting for some grand design. It's refusing fake hope and choosing truth instead, finding freedom and joy in the very act of living.
Your defiance is admirable, Albert. I see its strength, but I would add this. Meaning isn't always an illusion. It can emerge from love, creation, connection, real things that give life weight. I saw people in despair find a spark of meaning, and with it, the strength to endure.
We agree on one thing: people must live. You offer a hopeful why to live. I offer rebellion against emptiness. My revolt isn't just rejection. It's a commitment to live fully, honestly, on my own terms.
Albert, may I share something personal? During the Holocaust, I was imprisoned in Nazi concentration camps. Every day was horror. Many gave up, lost in despair. But I noticed something. Those who endured weren't the strongest, but those who found meaning. For me, it was the hope of seeing my wife again, the belief that my unfinished scientific work still mattered, and the quiet commitment to lift others in the camp. Even in that hell, one freedom remained: the freedom to choose our attitude. This suffering is terrible, we thought, but it has a purpose. That mindset saved lives, including mine.
It's hard to imagine facing what Frankl did, but his story shows that even in ordinary struggles, a painful breakup, a serious illness, finding a reason to endure can be transformative. A spark of purpose can turn suffering into resilience, shifting us from victims to survivors.
Your experience humbles me, Viktor. You found light in an abyss, and I deeply respect that. But I imagine a different story, a myth. Imagine a man condemned by the gods to push a boulder up a mountain forever. We call him Sisyphus. He struggles endlessly, the boulder always falling back. An absurd task. But here's the power. Sisyphus realizes the boulder and the mountain are his. He says, "This is my task. I choose it." In that acceptance, he rebels. He finds freedom, not in escaping the burden, but in embracing it fully. I once wrote, "The struggle itself toward the heights is enough to fill a man's heart." One must imagine Sisyphus happy.
That's a powerful image, Albert. Choosing to embrace the struggle echoes what I believe, choosing our response to suffering. But where we differ is in the source of meaning. I see meaning in love, in creation, in connecting with others. You might say love and faith are inventions, but to me, they were real, lifelines in despair. Perhaps the human spirit needs both, your rebellion and my hope.
Hope has always been a tricky word for me. But maybe you're right. Maybe the human spirit needs both the fire of rebellion and the light of hope. Maybe we're strongest when we walk with both.
Albert, we began at opposite ends, meaning found in suffering versus embracing absurdity. And yet, here we are, both insisting, don't give up. You stand with defiance, I stand with faith. Two paths, one aim. To keep going when life knocks us down.
Yes, neither of us denies despair, but we face it differently. You offer a hopeful why to live. I say, live anyway, without a why. The universe may offer no answers, but that's no reason to give in. We live not because we create meaning, but because we refuse to stop living, even when meaning is absent.
Maybe the meaning of life isn't a universal answer. Maybe it's a question each person must answer for themselves. You say, live without an answer. I say, live for a good one. Different roads, but both roads insist on living. What matters is that people keep moving, keep discovering what their lives can become.
Well said. We're free to create meaning, or to live without it, as we choose. There's room for both hope and rebellion in facing life.
Now it's your turn to reflect. What do you think gives life meaning? Do you lean toward Frankl's belief in a purpose, hidden even in the darkest times, or Camus' bold acceptance of life's absurdity and the freedom that comes with it? Or, perhaps like many, you see truth in both. Before you go, let's keep the conversation going. Drop a comment below with your thoughts. Whose perspective resonates with you and why? If you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more philosophical debates, and share it with friends who might need a moment of reflection. Thank you for joining us today. Let's keep exploring life's biggest questions together.